Thank you. Are you awake? I think you're young people, right? We try again. Are you awake? Okay, I'm going to have a lot to share with you because I go out there because I raise a generation of young people like you that's going to change the world and change the industry you're going to be in, right? Okay, the most important is this is my journey. I started out in 1988, right at the corner here, as streetwear fashion. No one knew what streetwear, fashion, and accessories was about. They all think that I'm in a cult business. Everyone was very frightened of the streetwear business. You know, parents used to drag the kids and said, don't look at the shop. But today, streetwear is the culture of every young person who looks for streetwear and fashion accessories. My past 28 years, we not only started 77th Street, I started a shopping mall in Beijing, over there, and then co-founded Singapore Street Festival to put young people like yourself on stages in Orchard Road to sing, dance, perform, act, as well as graffiti on Orchard Road. Then I founded, together with my family, we founded a logistic business that helped brands to enter Singapore market. I founded a marketplace called Path, Pop and Talent Hub, where we put the less able people to do their own business, start their own business at Vivo City. It's called Path. And then co-founded the movement of My Voice Books, which is youth voices like yourself to be heard by many people out there, together with Danny Yeo. And then recently, in my family, we founded 3 restaurants. One is I'm Kim Korean Barbecue. One is Guru Guru. When your stomach's hungry, goes Guru Guru, Guru Guru Steamboat. And the third one is Bingsu. We started a Coco Mama restaurant for Bingsu and salted egg croissant. And also Fast Fast. You heard Fast Fast is your instant delivery in your app. So if you forget your school books and you forget anything, Fast Fast is able to deliver to anything to you in 90 minutes. And then a YouTube channel coming up where I interview friends like Nick Vujicic and a few friends, who are changemakers in the industry. So there's 28 years of my life. These are the restaurants that we started, right? The 3 restaurants. And we talk about changemaker. I'm out here because I believe all of you can be a changemaker if you make up your mind. It's about commitment. And I'm committed to everything that I do for 28 years. I never did well in school, and I never thought that I would do well in life. Every time the teacher calls my name, my books go flying out the window. But I make the bookshop very happy, because I'm rich, I have to buy new books. But then the thing is, when I step into the marketplace to work, I realize that I have to be committed to the things I love to do and want to do it. Like you, right? And from there, I realized that I can do what I want to do. But when I was in school, I always thought that I'm not successful because I lack talent. But today, I realize one thing. The good news is, it's not about just talent. It's really about this word called hard work. All of you here, you need to work very hard for what you believe in and be committed to what you believe in. Right? It's the 10,000 hours principle. So when I heard Malcolm Gladwell talk about 10,000 hours principle, I believe in this principle because I spent 10,000 hours on the ground working on the business that I've started, working on projects, working on youth talents like yourself, young people like yourself who are committed to grow your talent. So what is 10,000 hours? It's actually 5 hours practice every day for 5.5 years. Or 8 hours practice for 3.5 years. And that's why I believe Olympics is every 4 years, because they clock 10,000 hours to compete at the world best. And then you look at, our sportsmen, Beatles, they were performing 10,000 hours before they became popular. And then you have Bill Gates. Bill Gates started to be interested in coding and programming at the age of 13, before he became who he is, right? And our Olympians, Paralympians, and violinists, sportsmen, they all spend 10,000 hours doing it, right? And that's why they put you in school for the 10,000 hours for what you want to do as well, right? A genius is 1% inspiration. I can inspire you here, but you need to go back to do the hard work for 99% perspiration. So 10,000 hours, but if you don't practice, you won't be successful, right? But you know what? A lot of people quit 5,000 hours. For example, every November you said, I'm going to keep fit, go to the gym, and look good. Every January, a lot of people join the gym. But by March, everybody quit. Right? And then you make the same resolution again in November. But what you need to do is gather friends, a few of you together, and say, let's do it together. Let's not quit. Let's keep going. And that's why most of the businesses I founded and the social impact businesses I founded, I have a co-founder. Because if I start getting a bit lazy, my co-founder will push me, right? And I'm not sure you know Delane sitting here. We also started a Happy Youth program. And so we help each other to proceed in what we believe to build resilient youths for the future. So don't quit at 5,000 hours, right? And you'll be very good at what you do. So I started with being committed. The next thing is, what do you have in your hands, right? What is the talent you have in your hands that you spend 10,000 hours and be very good at? So I have a surprise friend who is here. She is the Star Award winner. She's the actress, the top actress, and she's out for a Star Award. You can nominate her again. Maybe Belinda Lee, would you like to come up quickly? Give her a big hand. This is a surprise part of... Belinda Lee, I just checked with her. How long have you been acting?
Hi, good morning, everybody. I wasn't expecting to come on stage today. I just wanted to come and support Elim, a very dear friend and who's a mentor to me as well.
Yes.
And, the amazing thing is, before you text me last night about the TED Talk this morning, last night I had a talk at Serangoon Junior College. I gave them a motivational talk, and it was great. And then I started to check out TED on the computer. And then shortly after that, you text me and say, would you like to come?
Yeah.
So I really believe in one thing. When you have a vision, when you have you have set your mind to do something, go for it. Because I truly believe that things would happen for you when you are very focused in what you want to do in the future.
Okay, so question is, how many years have you been acting?
That's a very good question. For a long time, guys. Well, I'm an actress. I'm also a host. In Singapore, we have to do everything. And I started out as an MTV VJ in 1998. I was about 21. I'm revealing my age, yes. So since 1998 till now, now it's 2016.
Yes. So when did you win your last award? Your first award?
My first award. I only won my first award in 2009.
That's about 10 years after you act, right?
11 years, I would say.
Okay,
I took longer than other people.
Okay, thank you very much. Belinda is going to be learning how to speak. She just launched her book as well. And you'll see her at 10,000 hours later. She will be the very best speaker you can look out for.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. Give Belinda a big hand. Thank you. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. What you believe you can be, spend the time and be committed and have it in your hands and then be committed and you will be very good at what you want to do, right? And the future is in your hands, right? The change is in your hands. And then you can go get and grab everything that you believe in. And what do I mean by go get and grab? Just now I talked about restaurant, I talked about 77th Street. I founded 77th Street for 28 years. I have Bingsu voucher. Anyone? Go get and grab. Well, first to get. Okay. Okay. Anyone? What's your name? Girl, what's your name? What's your name? Elster. Wow, nice name. Okay. Next one, you got to go and get your friends to go to eat with you. This one, Steamboat. Yeah, look. Here you are. Anyone else? Oh, you got two. You share with someone, yeah. Okay, 77th Street. There you are. Korean snow ice, Bingsu. Bingsu. I want. Okay, there you are. Yes, 77th Street. Yes, okay, look at that. Okay, there you are. Come. Okay. No more. Okay, I have no more. Yeah, you want. Okay. Elster, is it? Elster, okay. Opportunities are all out there for you, but opportunities will go to the first person who comes up, grab, and make things happen. right? Once you see someone grabbing an opportunity, you see more and more people coming up. And usually the last few do not get it. But you need to look out for the next opportunity. So next time when opportunities come up, you have to come out of your comfort zone, step out and go get it. But there are still some people sitting out there wondering, what happened? Those people will be in retirement mode and say, actually, what did I miss out in life, right? Okay, you got to go out and get it. And attitude to altitude. Your attitude will get you to a higher level. Your attitude will get you your promotions. Attitude will get people to promote you and favor you for who you will be, right? And making impossible to become impossible, right? It's the same word, impossible and I'm possible. So whether you look at it as I'm possible. And I met this person in 2007. His name is Nick Vujicic, without arms and legs. He came to Singapore, he says, I want to be a speaker. And I shared with him, I talked to him, we had time to chat and everything. But today, you know, when I went around in 2007 trying to get schools to get him to speak, trying to get places to get him to speak for $500, people were thinking about it. But today, 2016, from $500 today, his charges per hour for speaking engagement is $125,000 US, right? He increased his value because in the last 10 years, he's been spending his time learning to speak, going around the world speaking. He built, you know, his stature. He made everything possible for himself. But for someone without arms and legs, but yet a lot of young people are handicapped by their mind, by not doing things, and said everything is impossible. Or do you look at Nick and say everything is possible, right? And then you know what happened? For Nick, right, he never gave up. And then he got married. Now he's got 2 kids and a beautiful wife, which everybody thinks it's impossible, right? Because he's got beautiful nature. And you have to have the attitude, right? And never give up. And Nick taught me never to give up. And Nick says you can have a choice. The choice is put your life in the right perspective. The choice to dream big. Get up instead of giving up. And this is all in you, right? As long as you have not give up, you don't give up, there is hope. Okay? And generation driven by purpose. I'm here because I believe some of you will be rising up to become the changemaker. And that's why I'm here. I go around to all the schools to share with young people why, and because I believe this is a generation. And there are a lot of young people like Play Mula, Min and Audrey, they started financial literacy program, and then they won an award, So, where you buy a pair of sandals, they give away a pair of school shoes in China. Then you can go and experience Dialogue in the Dark as well, the social entrepreneur Andrea Haneken, where started Dialogue in the Dark. This is held in Nian Poly. You can go and experience being in the dark, but it gives job to the blind. It's a good experience. But here you have 18 Chef, where they employ ex-offenders, you know, and you have Elijah over here. He started at 10 years old busking. At 12 years old, he started painting. 15 years old, he started to make glasses for children in the poor countries. Every $50 he make glasses for children in the poor countries in Indonesia. At 17, he started My Box at Scape. Have you all been to Scape, the youth hub? He's got a shop there called My Box, and every $50 he make for glasses for children, right? Because he said, no vision, no future. And today at 18, he's serving the army. At the same time, he has a social enterprise, right? I believe some of you will come up with new ideas to solve social issues. And to empower yourself, you can go out there. Today you have TED Talk that you can learn to listen to a lot of people's ideas and implement it, right? Education is knowledge, but implementation is wisdom, right? And empower yourself. There are many places you can go. You can go on the internet. You can go everywhere to empower yourself, to learn, to be the best, right? But most important is, what is it the thing that will empower you, the one thing that will change your life? The one thing that I changed my life is when I first make my $50,000. And I said, wow, you know, I'm a good business person. I make $50,000. And that day I went to church, and the pastor came out and said, we are looking for $50,000 to build 6 little churches in Gujarat, India. Suddenly I became a bit hearing impaired. Then pastor mentioned again, I'm looking for $50,000 to build 6 little churches in Gujarat, India. And then my sister nudged me and said, I think They're asking for $50,000, and we just made $50,000. She said, should we give? I said, yes, let's give. And we gave the $50,000. But 1.5 years later, pastor came out and said, you know what, there's a bad earthquake and thousands of people died in Gujarat, India. And you know what, the 6 churches stood still and became the help center, the food distribution center, and the medical center to help the victims. At that moment, it hit us in our heart to say that when we make our money, is to help the poor, is to support the people that we need to support. And that became the vision of 77th Street and the core value of what we live by, right? So you have to find something, an incident that's going to change your life, and you focus on that change. And multiply your talent. How can you multiply yourself? How can you multiply the talent? And that's why I started a social enterprise market at Vivo City, where we bring out even the single mom, the handicapped, epilepsy patients, you know, all the different disabilities. We help them to know how to buy, sell, and trade their handicrafts at Vivo City. So first and last weekend of the month, they will be at Vivo City selling their own handicraft, right? We empower them to be able to make money for themselves to come out of poverty, right? But everything is a step at a time. It's been 28 years since I do all this, right? Finding the right mentor, the right inspiration, people who inspire you, and the right support is important. Okay? And keep on keeping on and keep on dreaming. You are young. You can live your dreams. Start early, right? Remember, every dream you have, spend 10,000 hours doing it, and you will believe that you will be able to do it. Okay? Engage with the new generation. You're the new generation. And that's why we started all our restaurants based on the Korean pop culture, right? And this is the new generation, the Korean pop culture. And even all your apps, your internet, your things that are happening now, it's all the current culture. But how many of you know Kodak? Kodak is your film photography, right? And what happened is Kodak actually were the people that founded the lens technology for digital photography. But they were so afraid that people stop buying the hard copy and the film, that they dare not move into the digital culture. And Kodak went bankrupt. But Canon, as well as Nikon, they saw the digital technology. They improved on it, and today everyone is using the camera, right? And then for Instagram, got bought over by $1 billion by Facebook because they put it on your everyday lifestyle, right? They're engaged into a culture today on your handphone. So everyone owns an Instagram, right? So this is what it is. But all in all, everything will come back to you, right? The return will be there. Everything will be returned to you. So for example, another part where we did well, and we decided to spend some money to teach young people in ITE, CME East, retail business. And we started a retail shop in ITE school in CME East. And we spent about $100,000. And we thought, well, you know, it's good, we started that. But you know what? My nephew did not do well in his O-level. And we realized that he only had one choice left, to either quit school or go to ITE. And then he said, I'll go to ITE. And guess what course did he take up? Retail. From the last of his school, he went to ITE, and after the course, he topped the school. He became the top student of the school. Last week, he just graduated for his degree in business studies. And I told my brother, you know what? You didn't build the school and the retail course for anyone else. You built it for your son. And the one life you have changed. So for him, the little achievement from the last of his school, but when he went to retail, he saw the potential in business. And he graduated as top student in the business school. Right? So these are things that step by step. But all in all, I shared with you, C is about commitment. Remember? H is about what do you have? Right? Belinda started with what she have. Right? She started with being DJ, right? And then started acting, you know, and then she moved on, and now she's got her own book, and then she's going to be a speaker as well, inspiring speaker, right? What do you have? Go back and check, what do you have? You want to sing, you want to dance, you want to do photography, anything you can start, right? And attitude to altitude. Your attitude must be right. That people are willing to mentor you, teach you, support you, grow what you want to do, right? Never give up. Never give up. Generation driven by purpose. You are the generation. Because today the world is open up for you. And the time is now, right? Empower yourself in school. Go out there and learn. You know, every day I try to listen to one TED Talk so that I get one new idea every day, right? And then I learn to implement the ideas. Multiply your talent. Go out there and learn as much as you can. So you multiply. Remember, Nick Vujicic was $500. Today, for 1 hour, he's worth 125,000 US. He's still Nick, but he multiplied himself in terms of, you know, his talents, his skills, and he really goes out there to speak to in every country, right? A step at a time. Keep on keeping on and keep on dreaming. Engage in today's culture, and the returns will all come back to you. And all in all, with all these steps, you'll be the change maker for this generation. And I end off with, a meaningful life is not about being rich, popular, highly educated, or perfect. It is about being real, being humble, the ability to share ourselves and touch the lives of others. It's only then that we could have a full, happy, and contented life, when we share with others. So I'm here to share with you, and I hope that you will be the change for yourself as you want to see the world to be. Thank you very much.